I feel like I've never been able to do like makeup. I mean, my makeup looks the best it's ever looked, and there is a reason. You are not going crazy. Yes, my makeup has been looking pretty spectacular as of recently. And I thought only I could tell a difference, but I've never gotten comments about my makeup, and now I get them on every video. So this is my like makeup for going out, if I know I'm gonna be photographed, events. As all the makeup girlies say, skincare is the most important step. Best moisturizer, period. But especially to go into makeup, my makeup pills with everything, and I mean everything. My most high-end expensive product. I've been using this for almost a year, and I will never switch it up ever. It's honestly fascinating to me to see all the beauty people on TikTok try and use so many different skincare products before they do their makeup. Like, they're just like, hopefully this works. Hopefully I don't do all of this work for it to just like start breaking apart everywhere. Once I find something that I like, it's done. I have been using this for 3 years. Next thing, Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist. Cannot even tell you how much I regretted not bringing this on my last trip. It just makes my skin like glass. But I think I'm really loving it because it's the winter months and I'm like, my skin is so dry. Like, even in the summer my skin is dry. So this just like adds a little extra hydration. So my skin is the worst it's been in a really long time. I know it's not as bad as it could be. Things could be worse. And I recently discovered it's because my moisture barrier is a wreck. I didn't know that, so I've just been putting actives all over it and like exfoliating the crap out of my face when all I needed to do was moisturize. Like, I have been using the Skin Fix barrier repair, whatever, for the past 3 nights, already making a difference. Anyways, let's get into the part we actually came to see, shall we? I've never been a foundation girly. I've been converted. Switch between these two, the NARS Light Reflecting and the Patrick Ta Cream Foundation. I use this one more frequently. Obviously, start with Charlotte Tilbury, and I think less is more with this product. I just apply with the Refi brush. Yes, this shade is not my shade, but that's because I fake tan. And then I just blend it with a beauty blender really quickly. I suppose we should address the elephant in the room. I decided to take a 6-month break from YouTube. That's crazy. I'm not gonna sit here and give you a bunch of excuses you've heard from every other freaking person on the planet that stops posting. But truthfully, I was just feeling very uninspired, or maybe not uninspired, but filming just started to feel like a chore. I never wanted to feel that way. And while I could have just like pushed through it, you know, gotten over myself like an adult, I know myself, and the way my brain works is that if I force myself to do something that I don't want to do over and over again, and like doing something that I'm not proud of or putting out stuff that I'm not proud of, I will resent that thing and then eventually hate that thing, and then eventually there would be no videos, period. We are back. I'm feeling plenty inspired, so you don't have to worry about that. And now we're going to blend out my concealer. Use the Hourglass concealer, another product that I probably will never stop using. So seamless. I love it. And then in between almost every step, I go a little crazy with the setting spray. I don't know that it necessarily melts everything together, but it does help it stay a lot longer. Also, look how cute this robe is. My mom had it embroidered for me for Christmas, but the robe is Brooklinen, and it's the softest robe out of any hotel robe I've ever put on. This is the winner. This is the softest robe I've ever put on my body. A lot of things have changed in my makeup routine, which is something that I have never done in the past. I've always just like stuck to what I know. Over the past few months, I have made a very big effort to really find out what suits my face shape and the colors that I need to be using, especially because since like June, I've been the blondest I've ever been. The makeup that I was doing previously just wasn't it. Didn't go with my hair, it wasn't going with my undertones. So I'm using this Makeup Forever HD Skin Palette, I think is what it's called. I freaking love this thing. Don't know how it took me so long to get one. So used to, I would start my contour like way up here because everyone's like, start it higher to get a lifted look, blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't lift anything if your cheekbone isn't up there. It just looks stupid. So I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, oh, well, my cheekbone doesn't start there. So maybe I should just accentuate like where, like, see how that, like, there's a natural shadow right there. So I just want to enhance that. And I've also been taking my contour all the way down like this, just to like see how that, like, yeah, I don't know what the word is. I also do my temples. oh my god, I have to take these rings off. Holy shit. And I go in with the cream bronzer and put that like where the sun would hit. Another thing that I wanted to fix was loving my makeup at home and then seeing photos of myself from the event or the night out that I was doing and literally being like, what is that? That's not me. Delete that right now. So I came across this girl who said, if you're being photographed, especially with like a professional camera or flash at night, and your makeup looks like you're like just not wearing makeup, you're not wearing enough makeup, because a lot of the times cameras like flash or really nice cameras, like they don't pick up on everything, and everything on your face just kind of blends together. So if there's no like super stark contrast, it's like if you take a black and white photo, you really have to like have contrast in your face so that you don't just look like blank. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah. Okay, so you have to have contrast, but you can't have too much contrast to where you look insane in person. So basically, I think the happy medium is just doing a cream base and then the same powder products on top. I know, revolutionary, literally, that's what everyone fucking does anyways, but I wasn't doing it. So some of y'all probably aren't doing it either. To be quite honest, previous to me being on this makeup journey, I was not on makeup TikTok. I was not like getting served product review videos or like anything like that. Like that's not the content that I've ever consumed because I thought my makeup was fine. Anyways, before I set with powder, I know everybody's saying bright white concealers out this year. We're doing natural skin tone, blah, 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 blah. Why is my question? Because I think it looks really good. I will not be participating. Anyway, so what I think my new YouTube whatever is, just gonna start posting like nonsense basically. Like if it's just me sitting here and talking to you about something, then obviously vlogs and everything. But the problem I'm having with TikTok right now, and this is another reason that I've kind of backed off from posting for a little bit, is because I feel so disconnected. The videos are so short that they feel very, very forgettable. I can never get enough that I want to say into the video. There's so many little things that I want to talk about and explain my thought process. And what really got me thinking about this is I saw this guy post a video and he was like, stop what you're doing. Can you name the last 10 videos that you watched? Or even what they were about? And I sat there and I was like, oh my God, no clue. No clue what I just watched. And I probably liked half of them, and that's what really got me thinking. Also the fact that a lot of my favorite creators, I don't know their names. I know what they look like. I see them come up on my For You page and I'm like, oh yeah, I like that girl, like I watch her stuff. But it's very hard to have like a community, I feel like, on TikTok. Anyways, we are going to set the face with powder now. Setting with Charlotte Tilbury. I really hope that made like any sense at all. Moral of the story is that I have accepted my fate, that I can't ever shut up, and I really like to talk. I have a lot to say, and I think a lot of people want to hear what I have to say. And I think that those people are you guys. Now we're just setting the bronzer with Hoola. Oh, I totally forgot. What the hell? Okay. I normally do this at the beginning, but I will put on a lip plumper, like working while I'm doing the rest of this. Now we're doing brows. First I shape them with the Benefit brow gel, and then I set them at the end with the Patrick Ta one. The Patrick Ta one literally is just like cement, and it dries down so quick. And so like the other day I used it like in place of this, and then I like couldn't move my eyebrow, like I couldn't fix it. So this one is just like a little more malleable. Back to the whole getting to know my features thing. My eyes and my eyebrows were like the biggest difference in my opinion, because the stages, my eyebrows have looked 100 different ways. I have made them too thin, too thick, too close together. It's because I get in a routine and then I just stick to the routine. They've been through it. So I got into the habit of like carving out my eyebrows like, last year, and I started really, really overdoing it. And then I looked back at a photo from the year prior where my eyebrows were way too trying to have like that bushy brushed up look. I was really into that at the time, and everybody commented on all my videos and said, girl, you are going to regret these eyebrows in the future, and Lord knows they were right. However, as bad as they were, I did like them better than how I was doing my eyebrows because they were thicker, more prominent on my face. So basically I just like took the best of, or I just like learned how to find my correct eyebrow shape and stopped doing insane things like making them a millimeter thick. I just draw whatever needs to be drawn. And I figured a lot of this out through, don't know her channel name, I'll put it right here. This girl, she like really goes into depth on like every eye shape, every face shape, every hairline, everything, and how to accentuate it properly. It's kind of like the high visual weight, low visual weight bullshit on TikTok right now. And each time I did my makeup, I would just like tweak little things here and there. And then whenever I made this change to my eyebrows, the friends who I was with immediately noticed, and they were like, your eyebrows have never looked better. And I was like, wow, so everybody just knew except for me. Another little extra thing that I've been doing, like if I have time or if I want to, if I can find it. This is like somewhat tedious in my opinion. I feel like other people probably can use these better, but the eyebrow pins from NYX to add brush strokes or hair strokes, I guess they would be. And typically I try to do it as like clean as possible so that I don't have to go in and clean them up, because then I just get like super anal about it and I'm like going in with the concealer and then going with the eyebrow brush to make sure they're perfect and straight and blah 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 blah. So I kind of just like save myself the sanity and try to get it right the first time. Next thing I changed, I forever have always used cool toned eyeshadows because of my deeply rooted fear of being orange, because I've been spray tanning since I was a child for competitive cheer, and the trauma of being called orange and like looking orange, it's just like seared into the very front of my brain. For example, my most used color right now is literally called burnt orange. Last year me would not even take a peek at that color. Like that would be terrifying to me. But the cool toned eyeshadow was making me look like sick almost, just like not bringing out my features properly. I don't know, it was not a good look. And since discovering this, I have been loving doing this eyeshadow look. I pretty much do the same thing every time, so I just take this brown or orange, burnt orange, whatever. Oh my god, my heater just turned on. One sec. Okay, resume. Orange shade everywhere. I can't control the heat in my apartment, which is, I did not think would be this big of a deal, but I live in a pre-war building, and so the heat comes out of the furnace, radiator, I don't know what it's called, the box back there. Half the time I have to sleep with my windows open. It gets unbearably hot in here, and it's freezing in here during the summertime. Then I just take a little bit of a darker brown. But that's really the only negative or downside that I have found to living in this apartment. I love this building so much. I just re-signed my lease, so I'll be staying here for another year. And then honestly, I think after this year, if there's one available, I'll just move into like a different unit with more storage, because your girl is running out of space. As much as space is a factor, obviously, like everybody wants more space, everyone wants more storage. I honestly want a bigger space so that I have more to work with design-wise, like interior design-wise. I have so many ideas for this apartment that I just can't do because like there's not enough space to put things that aren't functional. Like everything has to be very, very functional in this apartment, or else like the ecosystem will fail. I made a video a really long time ago about like all the things I wanted to do to this apartment, all of like the fun projects I wanted to do. Someone commented and they were like, how long are you planning on staying in this space? And I was like, that is a very good question, because some of the things on the list were like so excessive. Putting like wood, like ornate corner pieces on my wooden beams and replacing door handles, like crazy things like that. And I didn't even think about the fact that it could literally all be for nothing. Another thing that I have really, really struggled with in the past is eyeliner and the shape of the eyeliner and the way my eyeshadow goes. Majority of people, I would say, like do their eyeliner the same way. They do it, you know, like starting from their waterline, following it up. So I've always done my eyeliner like that, but I've never felt like it flattered my face the way that I wanted it to. Like it always kind of made me look like flat. It just didn't look good. I wasn't doing it correctly for my eye shape. So then I decided to sit down one day and just try a bunch of different eyeliners. I found that my eyeshadow looks the best whenever I used to be so terrified of like doing stuff on my lower lash line, and now I focus on my lower lash line so much, like everything stems from my lower lash line. Then I just tight line pretty messily, honestly. I've also started tight lining my upper waterline. And then back to the warm tones thing, I can't even tell you the way that I've looked at gold eyeshadow in the past. It might as well have just like insulted my mom. I was such like a cool tone silver girly. Safe to say I will never go back. Like, I never get compliments on my eyes because they're literally black. Anyways, since I've started putting gold on my lids, which makes sense because I have blonde hair, I have gotten so many compliments from like strangers, my friends, my mom. I also learned that I just needed to accept the fact that I don't look good with the inner corner wing, like the little flick. It's just not flattering on me, so I've just been doing like just the waterline and not the like actual line. And then for my eyeliner, I mean, it's not really eyeliner, it's just like a tiny bit of eyeshadow. But so see this like crease right here on the outside of my eye? I just enhance that, and then I fill in the space right here and connect it to my lash line, and then I draw the wing from there. Honestly, that has made like the biggest difference, because whenever you do eyeliner, I guess the idea is to lengthen your eye and not heighten it, and my eyes are already very heightened, very round eyes. So if I were to follow my lash line or my bottom lash line and go this way, that would be, I mean, like what I've done in the past. This just looks better. I always blend it out, but just like having that shadow there helps, I think. And then once everything is how I like it, we move on. Mascara goes absolutely last because I hate putting it on. It takes me literally forever. But put your mascara in your waistband to like warm it up so it goes on better. And then I like to take a little bit of the Fenty. This is just like the translucent powder. And powder anywhere that's getting a bit shiny. Then we use possibly the most life-changing product I've ever tried, honestly. I was so shocked whenever I fell in love with this. Someone randomly commented on a video of mine a really long time ago and was like, girl, I feel like you should use a purple blush. And I was like, okay, sabotage. Anyways, should have listened to them sooner, because out of all of the makeup comments that I get, most comments are about the blush, which is crazy, but understandable because it truly complements my skin so well. Just gives me like the most like refreshed, young look that I want. Oh, a big thing that I changed, or that I stopped doing. Oh my god, I used to be obsessed with doing the bronzer and blush all across my face because it's so cute on a bunch of different people. Like, it's so cute. I love the look of it. So I've been doing it consistently every single day for the past 2 years. And one day I decided, maybe like let's not do this. It was literally making my face look so one-dimensional. It was widening my face. I looked so like sunken in almost. And now that like this is bright, it like brings it forward. But yeah, I'll probably still do some variation of that. Like in the summer, I think it's very cute. Just had to go. I know this looks like clown makeup right now, but you just blend. It's literally perfect. Now I'm gonna do my final complexion finishing touches. Like I said, this is like my for real makeup. I'll go in with a super dark bronzer and just really carve everything out the way I want it, like exactly. Just on the brink of it looking muddy, but not. Then I'll do one last powder puff set. So we only have a few things left. One of them being mascara. Personally, I love my lashes to be as dark as human. Like, I want them to be jet black. I started noticing that I would really love my mascara, and then I would leave, and then I'd be like, why does my mascara not look fresh? And it's because the last thing I would do to set my face, I would spray the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, and this thing works. Like, it really truly works. But so I've seen a lot of people talking about faulty one size setting sprays leaving like a veil of white, or like a chemically like white cast almost over their makeup, which I assume is the chemical that makes your makeup stay where it's supposed to and last all night long. And then I was like, what are the odds that the same or something similar is in this that's making my makeup last all night long? And while the veil is very fine and you can't tell unless it's something as little as your eyelashes being like a shade less black, I think this is what, or I know this is what the culprit was, because I started spraying this before my mascara, and now my mascara stays black all night long. Regardless, I still use it. I just don't put it on over my mascara anymore. Anyways, now time for mascara. 2 years later, after I did a campaign for this product, and this is still my all-time favorite mascara. I was never like a believer in primer. I was honestly never a believer in luxury mascara, but I have just fallen in love with this. I actually switched to, they have like the Dior Show Original, and then they have the Dior Show Plump and Volume, which is what I use now. I like it better because the bristles are like harder. It's not like a traditional brush. I mean, like, that's one coat. I normally leave it at one coat because since it's a volumizing mascara, 2 coats can get a little clumpy if you're not careful. But if I wanted a bit of extra length, I would just go right on the tips just to like add extra length, and then I do my bottom lashes with this. Okay, now for lips. I'm not a big risk taker in this department. I will either use Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk or Super Size Me, and then just one of these Hourglass. I don't even know what this is called. It's one of the Hourglass plumping balm things. I don't know if I love that color, but it's gonna have to work. Okay, and then at this point, if my makeup's feeling like cakey or anything, literally, I'm telling you, one spray, St. Peach and Lily spray, will literally change your life. I don't need it right now, I don't think. And I think that's it. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're a real one, you will remember this. This might have been from like my very first vlog, literally ever. Kind of been unintentionally gatekeeping this since then, because look at this. I have never hit pan on a highlighter ever. I mean, like, this is the only highlighter I've ever used, really. Benefit highlighter in the shade Tickle. Actually, I did post about it on TikTok, but I will never use another highlighter. It's just like the perfect mix of golden and light reflecting. Now we're done. I'm very excited to be back on YouTube. Let me know if there's any specific long format videos that you want to see besides vlogs. Because, like, obviously, I love vlogs. I'm going to be doing vlogs. But I hope you guys are all having a fabulous start to your new year. Mine's been fairly average, but I have very high hopes for 2024. I love you, and I will see you in the next one.